also to signify their importance and their position within the party and within the country's demography. I always say that if anybody puts in over 48% of the GDP, I think they are a strong force and need to be heard and need to be listened to. On that note, I will welcome you all once more, and I will begin by giving an introduction of the people on the high table who are here with us. On my immediate left, I have Honorable Yahya Menten Sanyang, Member of Parliament for Ladukunda Sabji constituency. From there, I have Maud Naba, Member of the UDP communication team. Then we have Bob Ture, who is the campaign and organizing secretary of the UDP Diaspora. From there, we have Mr. Makam Sow, who is the secretary on media and communication for the UDP Diaspora. Then we have Honorable Alaji S. Dabo, minority leader and administrative secretary of the United Democratic Party. Then we have Lalo Jete, who is the chairman of the GASH chapter. I believe everybody knows GASH chapter when we talk about the UDP Diaspora. It's one of the most formidable chapters of the diaspora. And then we have Mr. Lamin Kinte, who is the treasurer of the United Democratic Party Diaspora, yes, as a whole. On that note, I'd like to welcome the first speaker, who is the chairman of the media and communication of the United Democratic Party Diaspora, Mr. Makam Sow, to come and give his statement, as this event is a press statement or a press release or conference for the diaspora to tell the Gambian people their position and what they have been doing and the contributions they have made to the party and the country as a whole. On that note, Mr. Sow, you're welcome to the podium. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning, members of the media. Good morning, my fellow panelists. Honorable Yaya Menteng Sanyang, Mr. Naba, Bob Ture, Honorable Alaji S. Dabo, and Brother Lalo Jaite, Chairman of GAS Chapter, and Lamin Kinte Dabo, Treasurer of UDP Diaspora, who is also the chapter chairman of North Carolina, and I am the deputy for that organization. So we all come from North Carolina here. So I just want to welcome you all. I'll be chairing this event today. As you all know, sometime last year, under the leadership of, because of the recognition the party has for the importance the UDP diaspora plays in the well-being of the party and also the well-being of the country. So they dedicated this month specifically to the UDP diaspora. So that's why we are here. That's why you've seen all these people coming from the diaspora to witness this occasion. So some of us made it, but some didn't make it. Our chairman, Boy Sadikan, couldn't make it on time. He is on his way, but unfortunately, because of flight issues, so he couldn't make it. So he has to adjust his schedule for in the coming days. So I had my own prepared remarks to give you the media and my fellow panelists, but unfortunately, I mean, like Boych is not here, so and who is the chairman of UDP Diaspora, I decided that you know, it's better to take and deliver his speech, his own you know, speech that he was supposed to give here. So I'll be reading that speech for you guys. I have not done it in a while now, reading papers loudly, but I will try. So this is Boy's remarks. Boy said this is what he was supposed to be reading to you guys here in the audience here. The United Democratic Party has the most active and the most engaged diaspora support base from Europe to the Americas and across the globe. Wherever a sizable community of Gambians reside and are politically engaged in our beloved Gambia's political life, UDP has a base within that community. We are proud that despite the physical distance between us and our homeland, our hearts stay connected to our country for an improved state of affairs for our struggling fellow citizens. UDP is not just a political party, it is a movement, movement of like-minded folks who become acquainted through the UDP and develop bonds that last a lifetime. Everyone who has the slightest interest in Gambian politics knows this fact. Through events like the Diaspora Homecoming, some of us get to meet and interact in person for the first time, but all of us, despite that fact, have a feeling that our bonds are so strong that we feel as we have known one another for a lifetime. Despite what our detractors say about us, UDP is driven by one motivation only: to see a better Gambia. When Jammeh made conventional politics impossible, the United Democratic Party adjusted its strategies to become an activist party, standing guard and restraining the dictator in his excesses wherever possible. Despite the victimization, UDP remained resolute. The party paid a heavy price for its defiance and resolve to stand by the principles of democracy, good governance, and the rule of law. Because of the repressive environment in the Gambia, the diaspora took the baton in activism, advocacy, lobbying, organizing, and funding activities aimed at rescuing the Gambia from the clutches of a tyrant and in the process saving Gambian lives. The UDP Diaspora chapter was no small part of this movement. When the murder of Solo Sandeng by the state set events in motion that led to the defeat of Jammeh, UDP Diaspora was especially energized when the flag bearer for the coalition was the UDP candidate. Granted, we were utterly disappointed in who Adama Barrow turned out to be. He is the personification of the adage that power reveals true character, and saying we are disappointed is an understatement. But like Jammeh before him, he dangled power before us. But just as was true when UDP was formed, we are in this for the good of all and not power or power's sake. So we strap up yet again to banish the remnants of the dictatorship, and we have not looked back since then. We will never relent in our desire to never again see a return to the dark days of Jammeh's tyranny that Adama Barrow is determined to revive through his policies, failures, collaborations, and political gimmicks. In this fight, the diaspora has assumed its role yet again, and for our part, the UDP diaspora chapters have been and continue to be engaged in efforts to lead that fight through our voice and funding. You are all aware of the fundraising activities of the various chapters and the maiden annual Diaspora Convention held in Spain recently. Collectively, these events have raised tens of thousands of dollars from ordinary Gambians who see hope and have the conviction that through the democratic process, we can end the resurging tyranny that Adama Barrow is spearheading, marked by a level of corruption that is unparalleled in the history of the Gambia. To end that progressively worsening situation, there is no political entity better positioned to win back the Gambia we want than the United Democratic Party. As we speak, the date has been set for the second convergence of the UDP Diaspora Convention, this time scheduled for the summer of 2025 and will be held in Seattle, Washington State in the United States. Another opportunity to meet and renew our bonds of fraternity and friendship. Political seasons change, political realities change, but as long as we remain sincere and true to our convictions, we will find each other more than mere political allies. Our bonds will grow stronger and ties strengthen. We extend a hand to our fellow citizens of different political persuasions as well, to see us as brothers and sisters committed to a better Gambia for all. Our political ideologies may differ, but our ties to Gambia will remain unsevered. So we hope you will join us in our hour of joy and kindred spirit and answer our call for support as we raise funds to sponsor our political activities. I would like to extend and express profound appreciation and gratitude to my colleagues in the leadership of the diaspora, the UDP Diaspora Executive Committee, chapter representatives, the representative chapter chairpersons for the tremendous support and guidance. Your ability and willingness to give the limited time within your busy schedule away from your families, the resources you put in the party are insurmountable. You are the nervous system of the diaspora organization, most importantly to the radiant, relentless, ever faithful general membership of the United Democratic Party diaspora. I cannot put in words how appreciative myself and my executive are to you. I have never seen a more steadfast and committed citizens. The fight to salvage the Gambia from its current state is a collective national responsibility, but for the UDP, it is secondary to none. So welcome back home. Let's make this maiden homecoming outstanding and memorable, and most importantly, fruitful. Long live the United Democratic Party, and long live the Gambia. So this was the speech that Butch was supposed to give. So he asked me to give it, to say it on his behalf. I've been the chair of the UDP Diaspora Media and Public Relations. So we have some set of programs that we are about to do in the coming two weeks for the Diaspora Homecoming. So Mr. Bob Toure is gonna come and explain to the audience and to the Gambian people, the media, what the program entails in the coming 2 weeks with regards to the homecoming. Bob Toure.
Good morning, honorable members here present, the media fraternity, distinguished invitees, fellow diasporians, members of the executive, honorable member of parliament here present, senior administrator here present. It is an honor to stand here today to give you a background history of what we call today a homecoming. The idea is to have a collaborative camaraderie between the diaspora and our partners in the UDP party politics. Without a genuine bonding with our partners, our realization of achieving a desired goal will be daunting. As we march from here today, as a starting date for the homecoming, the time of the Quranic recitation, we've already eaten up that time. We're supposed to be at the pipeline mosque today, the party leaders president to have the Quran recitation, and from there we will have the Quran, the Friday prayers at the pipeline mosque, and then the next. Immediately after this day, that is Friday, Tuesday on the 24th, we will have what we call Barawulu. And this Barawulu will be in Bakau. That is from Kachikali to the seaside. Now, and That is going to be on Tuesday. Then on the 27th, that will be the gala, the UDP gala night at the Gambia Hotel School. The 29th will be the UDP National Congress, and that will be in Banjul. Now, on the 2nd of January 2025, here in this very venue, we will have the diaspora with stakeholders meeting. We'll have it here. And that is going to be from 11 o'clock in the morning. And then on the same day also, that is on the 2nd also, from 4 o'clock, we'll have a symposium. And the topic will be irregular migration and drug abuse. That is the student wing and the youth wing. And then on Friday, the 3rd, from 2 o'clock to 1 o'clock, the women wing will travel to Kiankuinala. It's going to be a community outreach. On the very day, the 3rd, from 4 o'clock, Brikama, that will be a town hall meeting. It's going to be a panel discussion, topic on issues related to our party. We all have different questions and we need answers, especially diasporians, so that we'll have a common ground. And then on Sunday, the 5th, that is going to be the closing. It's going to be Setsetal, Diaspora Setsetal in Banjul. That is going to be on the 5th from 10 o'clock. On the same day in Banjul, we'll have the Zuhr prayers at Banjul Mosque or anywhere in Banjul. And then the closing will be from 14:30 to 15:30, the media engagement. Then the media will meet with Makam and his team to give a rundown of what has happened during this course of this homecoming. And then we look forward to see our partners. We are all partners in this. And without the support of Gambians here, who are the people who goes out to vote, we cannot achieve our goal. So we need all of you to close our ranks together to make a better Gambia through UDP vehicle. I thank you all for your presence here. Assalamu alaikum.
Kemo is step out a little bit. Yes, actually, do you guys too, before I bring Honorable? Yeah, come on, Lalo. Yeah, I will have Lalo Jaite say something, and after that, Honorable Alaji S. Dabo will come and say something, and then we will open the floor for questions. So any questions that you guys have, we'll be ready to answer them. So, Honorable Lalo, whenever you're done, Kinte, you want to say something, right? Yeah, you can say something. Yeah, just say something, and then.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you all. My name is Lalo Jaite, as you all heard. I am the chairman of GAS chapter. I think most of the people, particularly in the UDP, knows about GAS chapter. I'm not actually to give a speech here. It's just a spontaneous activity, but I appreciate it. Mandinkol ko molu ka kelo ko bela fo bunya molu ka sonka wala ka kelo. I will acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Yaya Maintain Science, the Okay. Honorable Alaji Esdabo, the Honorable Member from Brikama, and then my uncle Lamin Kintadabo is the Treasurer, Diaspora Treasurer, and then the Chairman of North Carolina. And all of you, the media, I'm just expressing my appreciation to see you all here, and I'm very glad to be part of the homecoming. And then we are going to really express we are going to execute our intention of supporting our party, the United Democratic Party, to make sure the Gambia is in the right hand, because I believe the solution to the Gambia's problem politically, economically, is the United Democratic Party. And I think it is very evident when you look at our nationwide tour for the party leader, the Gambians are realizing that United Democratic Party definitely is the solution to our problems. And I personally believe in that. But it has to, for it to happen, the diaspora is one important pillar to see that the UDP get hold of the Gambian government and make sure the resources of the nation is put in the right direction. And diaspora, this is what we are doing. Mr. Makauso told you, reading the chairman, and in fact, my appreciation to the leadership of Mr. Mboji Sedikan also has to be expressed, and the diaspora executive and the rep. Also, as I said, you all know about GAS chapter. I am personally here for GAS chapter. I may not be fair, but I think that's the right thing. GAS chapter, my executive and the members, my greetings to you all. And then we are here and we are going to represent you and the rest of the diaspora to make sure this homecoming, the second one, will be an exceptional one, will be a very productive one. I may not go further, I may not take a lot of your time, because as I said, I'm not expected to give any speech here, but appreciate that I am giving few words of appreciation. Thank you very much, Mr. Kintadabu. You may hold the mic. I thank you, the journalists also. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Assalamu alaikum. Today we are all here to be part of this event. This event is very important to everybody, especially the diaspora, because this is our homecoming event. Also want to make sure that we start with thanking some of our member of parliaments here, or National Assembly members. Yaya Mintes Sanyang, who is an honorable member of UDP, and also Mr. Alaji S. Dabo, who is also a member of the United Democratic Party national member, and then also our diaspora executives. All of them are here, coming gradually. We are very thankful that the diaspora is coming with full force to support our party, our United Democratic Party. As the national treasurer, of the diaspora, my role is very clear, is to assist and make sure that we, also the diaspora executive, I'm having full support from them as far as the funding goes, and some of the mandate they gave me to make sure that all the funds are spent transparently, and making sure we have a better utilization of our funds, to make sure at the end of the day we can say this is what we achieved. And that's what my role is here. And I work with the party treasurer, Mr. Amadou Sane, Amadou Sane. I work hand in hand with him, try to make sure all the funds go through him in one way or the other, so that both of us can keep up with the funds. To kind of show an example that the party is a very transparent party. It's a party that when it comes to government, our role is to make sure that things are done right. That's why we are all supporting the party today. We've seen the other parties, there is a difference. There is no accountability, there is no transparency. There is corruption going on. So we want to be a good example. That's why some of us are taking the liberty of coming in here to show people that this is how we should be doing, to make sure we learn from our own partners here in this country, so that when we get to power, this is what we are going to be doing. And that will be a good example for students as well as people that are watching. And that's what our role is here, coming in to support and be here to make sure things are happening the way we want it as a party. On behalf of the Diaspora Executive, and as well as all the committees that are here, including Bob Ture, who's the campaign and organizing day in, day out, their work, we all see it. And we thank them for their effort. The media team, my own colleague from North Carolina, Makam So, very hard-working guy, and that's why we all believe that we can make a change in 2026. 2026 is our year, and we cannot miss it. So everything that we have to do it to make sure that this election is ours. And it's not going to be given freely. Like Americans say, there is no free lunch. Everything you got to pay it one way or the other, either directly or indirectly. So we got to make sure that we work together as a team, understand that patience, tolerance, and understanding is what achieves anything. You cannot do things by yourself. So I want to make sure I thank everybody for giving us the opportunity today. And we will all be in all these programs to make sure we support as much as possible. But I want to thank you all for being here today, especially I saw a lot of ladies here supporting. I'm very surprised that there are more ladies than men. So I want to show that more women coming in to support the party and support us. Thank you so much.
That's the UDP for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, before Honorable Alaji S. Dabo comes in, I just wanted to say something because, you know, we all know Honorable Alaji S. Dabo. I mean, as the minority leader, representing the Gambian people, really, because I think we, the UDP, are the people that truly represent the wish and the aspirations of the Gambian people. And he is in Parliament, I mean, every single day, working to see a better Gambia. So, I mean, that is one thing. I mean, that's what many of us see in the newspapers. But I have also observed, you know, like since this diaspora issue, the homecoming started, he has been tireless working with Bob Ture. I mean, organizing, I mean, like he is here in this bureau every other day. We were here on Tuesday. I mean, like every forum you go to, Honorable Alaji S. Dabo is there. And he's talking, I mean, advising, telling us, you know, the next steps and stuff like that. So I want everyone to know that he is an extremely hardworking person, because it's not a lot of people will give themselves that time to be, I mean, like to be doing all these things day in, day out. So, Honorable, we are proud of your work. We thank you for your efforts, and we are asking you to keep it up. You can come in.
Thank you very much, Maka. Just to add on to what he just said right now. This morning, I dropped my kids at school as early as 8:15. I was passing, I said, let me pass on the party leader's house, because today there is Holy Quran recitation. Guess what? I met Alaji S. Dabo as early as 8:15, spreading the mass for a Holy Quran recitation. So thank you very much, my reason.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Diaspora Media, and also the Chairman of the media team for the Diaspora Homecoming. Honorable Yaya Benten Sayang, Member Latrikunda Sabiji, Mr. Naba, Member of the media, Bob Ture, Lamin Kinte, I believe he has another third car. That's the chairman of the Lamin Kinte, North Carolina. You see, he has 3 cabs. And Mr. Lalo Gete, the chairperson of the GAF chapter. Mr. Makam So, the chairperson of this task force committee, that is the Media Homecoming, and as well as the chairperson of Diaspora Media. Diaspora Homecoming, let me say in the first place, I'm supposed to be at the Quran recitation ground. We've decided this way that the party leader goes to the Quran recitation based on his position as the leader of the party. And what that means, the Quran recitation is meant to honor our fallen heroes. You cannot start that event in the absence of the party leader. So it's better to be at that place, then I come and represent him here. Because technically, as Bob and Makam alluded, I think I've been involved more in this than him. So I have little idea about this program. So that's why I am here representing him. It could be recalled every December, people from diaspora come to the Gambia for their holidays. Individually or as groups, they may be organizing events to socialize. But never at any time it is so organized like this, especially to be marked as the party activity in our annual calendar. This is the first time. Last year we had the gala dinner, of course. It was heavily graced by diaspora, but that was not specifically to welcome diaspora home. That was general event for the entire membership of the party. We thought it wise that we need to have what we call special homecoming program for diaspora. And that should go alongside with the gala dinner. That could be more organized, and then people can realize what diaspora is to UDP. This will not be a one-day event. It will be about 2 weeks, where a series of activities will be organized, and diaspora will render service to the different communities. From the presentation of Bob, I think you can recall that he made mention of the community outreach to a health facility in Kiamkuinala, where the Women's Wing will be providing health and hygiene facilities to that health center. And he also made mention of a set settle in collaboration with Banjul City Council to help the community of Banjul in cleaning the environment. These, among others, are services that diaspora during the course of their stay, they will be organizing those activities for the respective communities. Let me register the appreciation and recognition of United Democratic Party towards the contribution and participation of diaspora in promoting the agenda of UDP, both in diaspora and here at home. Financially, we cannot rate the contribution of diaspora to the party. Morally as well, any community in the Gambia you know, each and every diaspora, men and women, render their support to that community for the promotion of the party. They don't only contribute nationally, but even villages, wards, and constituencies, they have their hands. And also instances of contributing to the development of those communities they have their hands. All these are geared towards promoting the agenda of the party and mobilize support for the party. Diaspora made UDP very unique. I will not make any mistake to say that UDP is the most organized political party in the Gambia. And that is not limited here in the Gambia. It is shown out even in diaspora. There is no continent you will go where you will not have a diaspora chapter of UDP. You go to Europe, most of the countries have UDP diaspora chapter or their local, the country chapter. You go to America, most of the states also have UDP chapter. And collectively, they have a unified UDP chapter responsible for coordinating the activities of UDP outside the Gambia. This makes UDP very unique. We hope and pray our electoral system will allow diaspora voting come the election bill, the passing of the election bill that is before the National Assembly. If that happens, diaspora votes will certainly put UDP to State House. We thank you and commend you. We appreciate all the efforts that you are doing towards the promotion of the party. And this is not my message. This is the message of the party leader, and this is the message of the entire membership of UDP. I've seen some members of diaspora who are not part of the technical team. Medina, we've seen all of you doing all your utmost best, supporting and promoting the agenda of the party. This is the first edition, the Diaspora Homecoming. It is the first edition, and it's going to be an annual event. Every year they will come with series of programs. One, how to engage each other as a party, how to socialize, and also how to render valuable services to the communities in need. This is what we expect from you. And this is what is going to make your holiday very meaningful, not only to you and your families, but to the party and the Gambia at large. We commend you for this initiative. This is what commending you are doing towards the development and promotion of the party. I thank you all.
That concludes the remarks from the panelists. So we will entertain questions, and you can speak any language you want to. So and the question, if the question applies to any single individual here, I can call them up for them to come and answer the question. If I can answer it, I will try my best to answer it, but I just hand it over to you guys for any questions that you may have. And then you can identify yourself as well. Before you give your question, please identify yourself, and then we know, so that we can know.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Aidan from Gambia TV. And my question is with regards to the diaspora voting that the minority leader just mentioned. how are you guys basically going to work with your National Assembly members to ensure that the draft constitution, which is about to be tabled at the Parliament, you guys will include diaspora voting to ensure every Gambian has say in our electoral system? And because we've seen how the diaspora of the United Democratic Party significantly contributing to the growth of the party. We've seen chapters contributing significant amount of money towards the party. So what are you guys doing in terms of this, making sure the diaspora voting is included in the draft constitution, and also how ready are you guys for the 2026 presidential election?
Honorable, you want to take that question? Yes.
Thank you very much for the question. Let me say that the Constitution of the election bill block to the process of diaspora voting. What I see explain the technicalities, and that has to do with the method of voting. How an IEC is working towards graduating from marble voting to paper ballot. For them, they feel that it will be extremely difficult to introduce diaspora voting using this marble voting system, but it will be easier if we have the paper balloting. And the other one is about the cost, the budget involved, but I'm not sure that too can be a stumbling block. However, there is election bill, and the election bill provides that Gambians anywhere should be given the chance to vote. And I also believe that is also in the draft constitution, both the 2020 and then the 2024. With regard to the passing of the constitution, I must say that the position of United Democratic Party is no secret to any Gambian. And the position is that UDP, as it stands, we hold on to our position. What we want is the people-centered constitution, not the executive-centered constitution. Thank you.
I know Minority Leader has answered the question very aptly, but for me to reinforce what he said, based on what you have asked, even the executive put the diaspora voting in the constitution. UDP's position is we are not entertaining any conversation around this constitution. So to answer your question, even they put diaspora voting in the constitution, we are still going to reject the constitution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sanyang. Thank you, Mr. Sanyang. Thank you, Mr. Honorable Dabo, for that answer. And we all know that, as they say, the United Democratic Party, believes that the diaspora should vote. But the problem is the government, actually. They don't want, the diaspora to vote because they know how enlightened the diaspora is. They're not gonna go by the whims of a wannabe, an effective leader. So so this is it. So the diaspora, voting is quite important because I told the gathering in Spain, the place was jam-packed, and I told them if the diaspora was voting, UDP is going to win in a landslide. So, I mean, they understand, they know the importance of the UDP support in the diaspora. They understand it. So that's why they are finding every excuse, like the Honorable said, with all the technicalities they're trying to apply here and there. But in reality, every country in the world have their nationals vote outside the country. Even Guinea-Conakry, their nationals here vote. And we all know in terms of economic advancements, I mean, even though we are not great, but at least we are better than most countries that allow their citizens to vote. So it shouldn't be any complications with logistics or finances or anything, because what the diaspora contributes towards the GDP of this country today is far exceeds, I mean, than anything. We just have the Honorable here joining us, Honorable Dr. Mane. You know, he, in our forums, I see him talk about all these, you know, numbers and, you know, regarding, I mean, the debt and, spending and all that, debt to GDP. But we all know the importance, you know, the diaspora plays in that GDP. So, I mean, but still, you know, any government that comes in from the APRC now to NPP, they really don't care much about diaspora voting. But I think it is critical for us to stand firm and see that at least, you know, we make sure that we vote. I think we need to have our voices raised. We just don't raise funds, not only raising funds for our parties, but we also have to insist, make sure that, I mean, everywhere, irrespective now of your political affiliation, you know, because we have supporters of each political party out there. So we all have to insist that we vote. Yeah, I take another question from anybody else. Just can you come here, please, and identify your network.
Good morning. My name is Jivan. I'm here on behalf of the UDP student. And I'm one of the previous leaders on the inside of the team. And just to comment on what you mentioned with regards to the diaspora having to contribute to the GDP, central government companies that 60% of our economy is from the diaspora. Like diaspora companies contribute 60% of our economy. This shows the importance of the diaspora. So my question is to the diaspora, like, what are your plans or how are you working in the inclusion of youth in the diaspora in the affairs of the party?
Try? Yes, right. Go on. There's something. I'll give you a chance.
Okay, let me take this thing in the local language.
Can you turn that around? In England, concerning about the youth, in England, we have a youth there, and they are known for their parents a long time, UDP members, and then we coordinate a team there, and they're doing really well.
Okay. You can go ahead. Yeah? Okay. Well, this question is a very tough question. Many problematic banko la sulomu funding kele, and banko tidala no ninga apaka funding kele nyen mang motivate. Until as diaspora, until we don't consider ourselves as youths anymore, because more data for you are over 56, you are not a youth anymore. So, maybe take a wall to give a support to our party through by injecting our money, our resources as diasporians to the cover of our party. That is to come in government. As a government, if I will pave ways for our youths so that migration of financial tala back. It was just recently, was it today? I saw in the newspaper over 70% of our youths, they prefer migration than staying in the country. And then we hope that UDP coming to power, for our youths, is a balunya taya sonandi nyami. Okay, Jara examples code left for the UK, for example, whereby your youth soul minaranko, their parents soul, they are so much involved in party politics, you understand it? And of course, they also come up with initiatives to give some kind of ideas you look, this is the way that we can kind of help our youth to ascend. You understand? So exactly. So we hope that UDP, the hierarchy is here, because any party you have senior executive members here. It will be generated back to our party leadership. But UDP should also know that many diasporians here, many they don't have any other enterprise out of Kajeko UDP government in power. Whenever we come to power, and whenever we realize that they're trying to drill from what brought them in power, we will come again and we'll fight them to make sure that we'll kick them out. That is our position as diasporians. Because we are in this for the youth, for our future. Because without our youth, we go nowhere. I think I hope I have tried to answer some of your questions. Thank you very much.
Dana try ma wax ci wolof ci gana wax na ci soose ci about question bi ndaxte ku nekk xam na ne dëkk bu nekk nekkut UDP rek o beneen parti waaye youth ñoom ñooy future bi ku nekk xam na loolu ndaxte kuy invest bu dee nguur gi la o bu dee parti bi la foog ñu invest ci youth yi waaye itam UDP amut kenn parti boo xam ne mu ngi ci dëkk bi fii boo xam ne taxawaalu na yëfi youth bi more than UDP ndaxte soo seetlee UDP seen leadership bi si executive bi ñoom we have ñoom aji rohira here we have ñoom youth president you have the it's a lot of branches yoo xam ne ñu ngi si executive bi ñii yëpp xale lañ ndaxte UDP daf leen bëgg a jox doole jox leen kàttan jox leen place ndaxte ñoom ñooy future bi not only future of the party but also future of the country so investment foog ñu def ko UDP amuñ unlimited resources because xam ngeen dëkk bi nu mu naxaree yéen a ngi si dëkk bi fii xam ngeen ne suñ parti bi lu si gën a bari si ñun ñu nekk diaspora lañ yaakaar bi la di gën a jógee pour ñu ngee dimbale parti bi so ñun it suñ kàttan dafa am fu mu em waaye nag ndaxte gis ngeen ñu ngi jógee ci too boo xam ne pour dem won Gambian si lan la UDP suñ njëriñ bi jëlee nguur gi in 2026 lan la ñoo defar dëkk bi so foog ñu dem ñu waxtaan ak nit ñi te loolu yëpp dafa require investment so investment boobu noonu ñu ngi koo def di diaspora ñu ngee dimbale parti bi si fànn boobu noonu waaye itam ami nakal tudda ku nekk xam na UDP amit fuñ téye suñ xale yi Haji Suwane laa doon xelaat aliya Haji Suwane is among the most active youth in the country ci politique the most active youth in politics and fan la Haji nekk is in the UDP and ñun ñëpp dañ dee waxtaan ak Haji ñu ngi communiquer ak moom naka la ñoo gën a ami nakal tudde dem di waxtaan ak xale yi pour gën leen woon ami naka lan la UDP taxaw lan mooy taxaw yi UDP ci dëkk bi pour si UDP jëlee nguur waaye itam UDP jëlagul nguur so therefore ñu nit suñ mun dafa am ndaxte contrôle ñu resources boo xam ne dëkk bi yëpp a ko bokk ndaxte lu ñu am léegi ñun ñoo ko moomal suñ boppam so waaw so any other question?
I think we need to move over to
yeah, let's give them one more. Yeah, one more question. Today. Okay. Camaraba, can you take your mic out? Yes, so that we can hear you. Can you take your mic so that we can hear you? Sorry.
In English, I would rather go in my name. Camaraba, you finish for your community Anglo Council. You have a phone of Canada. You have 4 million. It's a farm. The diaspora is signing us for United States. Sani no be interested. Wolo nyindiko diaspora watu programme kasu kata outina inena patili. Ninga social media jube banku dolo manki kata nganya bari ikela nyatu kolu ila ka media sofe kono adara dawda ni be febe ninkila ya bon to nyal platform be tubabu ba do ko famene de wal no parti bi nabe min dolu kela ko dolde finti na melo ka kumata to min ka men kijam ko kata hanni atara la sato ko kata every engagement min be kela la miroti ko fanna ko kuma la ba to ka to
my media that's one
Yes.
an influential for the diaspora the banko hanni atar parti ni mari ma musu diaspora but the main underlying diaspora amu fendoli ngajere last step they making though we did it in 2016 but intera jube banku jama karandante even WhatsApp politics yata gambele bul but today intel mandara active kangonya pake in terms of ka sambatu another level the Senegal diaspora wole fidi da bake niko president nata angata minna we don't see you people doing as such. I'm not doing polo, but I can't pull out. You look at them, you know, but more delicate. This is the Senegalese were more proactive. For me, I like that I follow the dinner and dinner, but we want to see another level.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. The Camaraba. You cardo que me ana ko benta fona area alto. Memo ko events ka kele diaspora and albuka media dolgege, especially media mene yalon ko bore Gambia jam. Yes, diaspora program follow ming organize. Omuntenna committee le wonyaton kaya na wole ke Spain. That was in August this year in August. And Jarai was there, Makam flew all the way from the US, and my colleague Kinte and Lieutenant Jete was also there. Ibena dal nung kana Spain, de bendaje. Well, yemin foteng kulo me alonko abe gibe dal medal fana nana ol fana reverse because party politics mominity abe mominity visibility la. And this visibility so through the media la. Ya for nyame we have seen you in the hinterland bring parties convoy boda bara all the way down to yesterday. We have seen people like you in a dusty, environment. You understand? So my committee will make our recommendation to our colleagues. Kajeko, look, it is high time for us also to look at people, many are going to sacrifice for this party, by inviting you to the diaspora. Our next event program is going to be in the, if I can have my phone, just to. In Seattle, that is going to be on the 2nd of August. But also we have also other programs lining up. Yeah. The one in August in Spain is going in Seattle is going to be a diaspora event. But we have other countries also. Gas, we're going to have one in Austria, is it? 4th of August, you know. England, you know. I will just run this down to you guys and then we are done. Just 1 second. Yes, France is going to have an event on the 13th of September 2025. Italy will be on the 28th of September 2025. Sweden is going to be on the 27th. Gas is going to be on the 4th of October. Spain is going to be on the 11th. UK is going to be on the 18th. So definitely, and then we will get back to our colleagues in those chapters. I thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Actually, this concludes the press conference and also the media events today. So we thank you, the media, for coming. We thank you all, gentlemen. We thank you for coming. So we will do this again before we leave sometime in January. Is it January 3rd? January 5th. We're going to have another media event that will conclude the whole diaspora activity for this homecoming. So I thank you all. Thank you, guests. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you all. You all have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.
So, now, some people are saying they are tired, some people are saying they are following this, that they are not from earlier. You understand? So, like, as far as I'm concerned, let me have information at least 2 days prior to the event.
Look at the forums, you will see it there.
No, I mean you. Inform me either by text message or call me. Because you know what standing I use for mobilizing the constituency? I look call you all the constituency and those in the not by I don't like on WhatsApp message. I call them directly. That way they are able to come out. But if you just share the information in the phone,